Hey, how's it going? This is Venger Satanis, Ipsissimus of the Cthulhu cult, and I want to make this video short, hopefully not too long, because the long videos sometimes get tedious, don't they? Alright, let's start out with 3 questions that I hope you can ask yourself. I'm going to be asking myself right now. What greater authority is there than reality? That's question number 1. Number 2, shouldn't authority be questioned? And number 3, why aren't you questioning reality, the ultimate authority? Well, that's one of the things we do at the Cthulhu cult, is we question authority. If we have a dogma at all, then it is our dogged pursuit of not only questioning reality, but fighting it and struggling against it. Not just reality, but ordinary life itself, and even our own selves. You gotta struggle against yourself if you want to make change. If you don't want to make change, you think you're awesome just the way you are, then, beautiful. Do that, and, and we'll do our thing, which is trying to make progress. So, yeah, if you want to get to the truth behind the curtain, welcome to the Emerald City. Now, there's another thing I want to get to, which is Cool Vibe did a video, and he talked about worship. And worship, understandably so, gets a very bad rap a lot of times in the left-hand path. Like anything, you got to look at the negative and the positive aspects of whatever it is you're talking about. And if you look hard enough, you can usually find the negative and the positive in almost anything. Well, the negative aspects of worship would be subservience and blind obedience. No one wants that, especially to some external deity or force. I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't expect you to want that either. That's more right-hand path kind of worship. Now, the positive aspects, from a left-hand path point of view, the positive worship would be honoring or admiring a force or deity, So it's all in how you look at it, their perspective. For those who want to worship Satan or say that they worship Satan, 9 times out of 10, I don't think they're, bowing and scraping masochistically, trying to curry favor with, something that might as well kick them in the eye just as much as help them out. That doesn't make any sense at all. But to worship Satan as a brother and a friend, and maybe a mentor or a master that can teach you something and help you along your way, you give and you get, sort of mutual assistance, that's definitely the kind of thing that the left-hand path is about. So I don't see worshippers as sheep, just like I don't see followers as sheep. Some are, of course, but then, there are some leaders that are sheep too. There's some people that are out in front, leading the way, that are actually the biggest followers and the biggest phonies and the biggest, con artists and jerk-offs. So, if you're going to follow, don't follow someone like that. Follow someone that might be a role model or is doing something that you want to be doing, or is on a path, maybe a little bit farther on the path than that you want to go to. So if I'm, using myself, since I do consider myself a Messiah, not the Messiah, and I do consider myself the way, or a way, I'm not the only way, If I'm farther along the path, then if I'm going to the same destination that other people want to get to, namely self-deification, godhood, the capital G, um, then, you know, you might want to listen to me or pay attention to some of the things I'm doing. You might want to follow me. And if you do happen to want to worship me, I don't ask for that. Sometimes it's unavoidable. Then do it in a positive way, which is honoring or admiring, or sort of like the master-student relationship that I talked about just a few minutes ago. Don't do the negative aspect of worship, the subservience, blind obedience, ass-kissing, because that's, quite honestly, not going to help me. I don't want that kind of person in the Cthulhu cult. That might be ego gratifying for a week or a couple days, maybe not even that long, but then it just gets tiresome, and it's counterproductive to what we're doing, because we're trying to awaken ourselves and the rest of the cult and humanity at large, the entire world. And if all you want to do is blindly obey someone or something, that's antithetical to awakening. So yeah, be careful of worship. Know that it's got two sides, double-edged sword. And I think I'm done talking about that now. But which that brings me to language, though. And there's strong language versus, weak language. Linguistically, you can have words or phrases that carry a lot of gravitas, a lot of strength, a lot of power. And then the opposite of such. For instance, Satanism is so much more powerful and forceful and stimulating than, say, something like dark humanism. Unification is strong, whereas a loose cabal of like-minded fellows, for instance, is much weaker. Worship, is strong. Something like acknowledge, that's going to be weaker. Loyalty, as opposed to, a fair-weather friend. Belief, or 4 out of 5 scientists agree that, XYZ could be true. So, yeah, belief. I said it. Another, possible, dirty word in the left-hand path, or, not in the real left-hand path, as I view it, but people that think they're following the left-hand path, they don't like to hear words like worship, or belief, or faith, or conviction, things like that. Which is too bad, because you're really limiting yourself a lot. If it's this world and this world only, and only what's tangible, only what your atheistic materialist mind can grasp, I think that's kind of a tragedy. That's real sad, because that's not much, and people don't even live that far out. They're limited even more so by what they take in, the impressions they take in, the TV or the radio or the music they listen to, the artwork they look at or don't look at, things like that. So, and belief is reality. That is a constant motto in the cult of Cthulhu. That is a meme that we have. And, but you have to keep in mind that it's a process. Belief is reality, manifesting your own reality. Choosing what you want to believe in, and then having that become your new world. That's not a light switch that you can just flick on or off. It's a process. It's something that takes time and determination and self-discipline. You're not going to get that just by, you know, idly wishing for it, or, you know, even doing a ritual on some specific night, like Walpurgisnacht, and then forgetting about it. I mean, that might work for small, tiny things, nudging reality in a very, you know, microscopic way. But if you want real, like, world-spanning, dramatic changes, even dramatic changes to your own self, you got to do a little bit every day. You know, that's the incremental progression that we talk about, or that I've talked about in the left-hand path. Others have too. So you got to have that, and I think if you don't have that kind of self-discipline, then you're either not part of the left-hand path at all, or if you're on the outskirts or the periphery, you're better off just forgetting the whole thing. Either going to the right-hand path, or just dropping it all together and go to work, and you come home, and I guess, I don't know, you eat dinner, maybe you have sex with your significant other, you watch some TV, you go to bed, I don't know, maybe play some online poker before bed, or you look at some porn or something, or whatever you do, and then you go to sleep, and then you get up and you do the same thing the next day, and then on the weekends you mow your lawn, or you get drunk with your friends, and that's your life now. And that's all. If that's all you want out of life, then awesome. Just do that. You know, make yourself happy. Don't do it for me. I don't give a fuck what you do. You know, if you want to live the way you've always lived, then that's awesome. Do that. You know, if you want a little bit something more, you know, let's talk about it. Let's get a plan together. Let's do something. Let's take some sort of action. You know, get on board and talk to other people that want to do something with their lives. They want to do something more. They want to be something more. They want to change themselves. They want to change the world. That's the kind of person that we're looking for in the Cult of Cthulhu. You know, that's the kind of person I want to be. That's the kind of person I want to work with. The people that just want to, you know, be themselves and do their own thing the way they always have. The Cult of Cthulhu is not for you. And that's okay. You know, it's not for everybody. I don't know. Maybe modern Satanism is your thing, or maybe you can water it down even more with the whole dark humanism thing, or just be an atheist, or whatever. And if that's the case, I don't even know why you're watching this video, because this is, you know, this is not for hardcore atheists. This is for believers and seekers of knowledge and truth, kingdom seekers, as Tim is hardcore would say. And the Emerald Kingdom is at hand. So if you're interested in maybe seeking this Emerald Kingdom, then contact me. Or keep watching my videos, or reading my blogs and essays, or whatever, or something else. I don't know. The website is down there if you want to look. Otherwise, maybe next time. Yeah, Cthulhu Photography.